What's up, everybody? It's your boy Gilly Guns, and we're back at it again with another exclusive video. And today we're going to be doing a little indoor review on some lights by Brinyte. These are weapon mounted lights that I was given to from a good buddy over at Meteor Light E.D.C store here in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm going to be mounting them today to see how they look just out in the backyard in complete darkness. Up first, we have the XP22 Scorpion by Brinyte Technology. This is looking at approximately 1300 lumens and I believe about 409 or 490 yard beam throw. So we'll get some more details on that when we open it up. And then second, we have the XP22 MK3 by Brinyte as well. Now this one is very similar. This one has the laser option, and you can also switch from left beam, right beam, or dual beams. Let's get into the unboxing. Alright, so up first we have the Brinyte XP22 Scorpion. This is the standard version. Let's go ahead and open this up. As you can see right out the box, very simple placement right inside. Give you guys some little profiles. Definitely got a ultra low profile there as far as height wise. You can see it has a adjustable standard 1913 Picatinny rail mount. Switch here for on and off. And it has a lock feature where you hold down for about 5 seconds and it'll lock the light from turning on accidentally. Having a hard time getting it to lock. Oh, flash. So let me see now. So now basically you have to tap twice, go into the flash mode, and then once it starts flashing, hold it down for 5 seconds. And as you can see now, it is locked. So no accidental presses when you're storing this, putting it in the bag or anything like that. So let's hold it down for another 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, it came back on. That's actually pretty bright. One press there, 2 press with the strobe. And we're gonna see how this looks outside, so you guys just hang tight with me. But this has about 1300 plus lumens in white. This is a class 3A. Excuse me, this does not have a laser on it. That would be the next one that we're gonna get into. This one has about a 260 meter throw at about 13,250 candelas. You're looking at about 102.1 millimeters in length and about a 74 millimeter head. Weighs in about 100 grams based off their website, which comes in right about 3.53 ounces. Now the battery is built in. It's an 1100 mAh LiPo magnetic charging. Has about 70 minutes of runtime. The magnetic charger is located right here on the front, and it's simply just magnets, very similar to the had someone say like a MacBook or the notebooks. So if it's charging and you need it in a hurry, you can just pull away and you don't have to worry about that breaking or anything like that. So here it is, the Brinyte XP22 Scorpion. We'll get this thing mounted up and we'll see how it looks in the backyard. Now one of the features is a dual head strobe. This is IP66 1 meter impact resistance. So this is also saying with the IP66 that it is water resistant. Now both models are designed with a low profile to clear optics, and they offer a rugged construction for recoil resistant. So unfortunately, we won't be able to be testing these out right now at the range. But if I can get to a part 2, I'll definitely see if they withstand the recoil and the pressure from shooting 5.56 and possibly on a 9mm PDW. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, here is the XP22 MK3. This is their latest version, which contains a laser. So let's get into this one. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take this out. Put the box off to the side. And right out the box popped out this, which looks like a pressure switch. So that's pretty cool. Before we get into that, so very similar to the Scorpion as far as length. The Mark III is slightly longer, and that is for the fact that it has the laser button incorporated right here, and the toggle on and off switch here, and the same lock and unlock capabilities. Now, the slightly wider on the Mark III, not much of a difference. Now, detailed on this is 1600 plus lumens in white. Now, this one does contain the Class 3 green laser, which can be sighted in with your windage and elevation turrets. Not so much turrets, but little adjustments here for windage, elevation on the left hand side of the light there. Now this one has about 374 to about 400 meters plus throw at about 35,000 candelas. This one comes in at 116 millimeters long, 29.5 millimeters wide, and this has a ultra low profile as far as height wise to clear your optics, things like that. Now this also has a 1100 mAh LiPro built-in battery. This does have the same magnetic charging port, which is actually located on the side versus the front on the Scorpion. Now, as far as weight, I don't have the weight of this one right offhand. Actually, I do. This one, I remember, is 135 grams, 4.76 ounces. And this one features a independent dual switching light laser strobe. This is also IP66 rated for water resistance, and this mounts to a standard 1913 Picatinny rail. And if I'm not mistaken, this one also does have M-LOK capability. Would have to look more into that to get you that answer, and kind of dig through the box to see if I missed anything. Now, cool thing about this is this little button here on the side right behind the magnetic port is going to allow you to switch from right beam to left beam to dual, and the same top toggle switch, double click, and you have the strobe option. Laser on top, so you get both, or one or the other, depending how you want to run your setup. Well, there you have it, the XP22 Scorpion and the Mark III. Let's get them mounted up and we'll go put them outside. So the one thing I forgot to mention was the pressure switch. As you guys saw, it popped out of the box a little earlier. Basically on the left side, you just push that right inside, and on the pressure switch, which I will show mounted on the rifle as well, except I'm not going to mount it because this was a loaner, but you have your on, then you have your strobe. Now the strobe is only momentarily, it is not a stay on, whereas the click on the toggle switch is a stay on. Now depending on if you only have one there, when you hit your toggle switch, that one independent is the one that's going to go on, depending on the particular setting that you have set up on the actual device. Back to 2, pressure switch off, on, and once again, momentarily strobe. Alright, now let's get it mounted up. So, I'm going to be placing the XP22 Scorpion on this Daniel Defense DD PCC. What you want to do is loosen up here first, rotate counterclockwise, and again I'm going to mount this just to my Picatinny rail. I'm going to push to get that side over. I'll probably scoot it one back, just so I am clear of any muzzle flash. Then I will lock that down. And that's how she looks. So, thumb right on top. Sorry if I blinded you. Again, thumb right on top, on and off, just like that. So, on, off. And it's actually lined up perfectly with where I would C-clamp, get a nice purchase, and engage. Alright. Now, for the Mark III, we're going to be putting that on something a little bit bigger. Now, I chose this weapon for the fact that I have a standard 13 Picatinny rail on the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock position. So, if you wanted to run it here on the side, you could definitely do that as well. And I'll show you why. So when you purchase here, depending on how you grip, you can simply engage with this finger here, activate your laser there. So laser will stay on. Simple toggle is off, or you can monetarily press if you need a quick enable the laser and release to not give away your position. And same thing, depending on how you purchase your weapon, you can always turn it on there. Now that is a 3 o'clock position. This would be the 12 o'clock position with some slight overhang, just for the fact that there is a suppressor and it clears it nicely, just like that. So same thing, depending on how you purchase. Now this is a pretty wide grip, so I do feel myself overextending to purchase on the top. Last and final option would be to loosen that up a little bit more. Come on, buddy. Get that locked down. Now you can engage from the side. Now I think that's a lot more easier for me, just because of the way I have this rifle set up. I can grab, laser on and off, and also with the edge of my thumb, you guys can see that I can activate the light, and then the front tip of my thumb, I can activate my laser, roll back with the heel of my thumb, disengage the light, forward part of my thumb, disengage the laser. So there you have it, the 2 Scorpion and the Mark III. Let's take them outside and shine up the yard. We'll be right back. All right, so first one up is the XP22 Brinyte. We're gonna see how it shines down to the backyard. Can definitely see. All the way over to the neighbors. It's got a nice beam of throw, nice and bright. Let me turn that light off. Oh my God, bro. These stupid Ring cameras. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. Now let's try this again before this stupid light comes back on. Now, let's go over here. Hit with that strobe. Very nice beam all the way around. Kind of like that. You guys can kind of see that. See that beam of throw there. There you have it, XP22 Brinyte. All right, guys, my apologies. I'm having a hard time with my Ring camera for some reason. Even though I turned off the motion settings and the light, it still wants to turn on. So either way, I'm gonna show you guys what the brightness looks like on the XP22 Mark III. So from a distance, here you have both beams on. Now, it is the same type of lumens. It's only a 300 lumen difference, so you're not really going to notice much to the naked eye. However, I do notice a wider range of light radius. Let's go ahead and switch to one light. That would be your bottom light, the way I have it mounted on the side. Okay, the field of radius is not as bright. Now there is no undershadowing, which I like a lot. Going to top light only, not much of a difference either. Definitely very little shadowing on the bottom. And now going to dual lights. It's a lot more brighter, it's a lot more crisp. That radius of light is a lot more prominent. Let's go ahead and cut those off and engage the laser here. There's your laser straight ahead. That is a class 3 laser, so that thing will go far, far away. I wish you guys could see how far I'm shooting this laser. Up into the clouds, the sky. Light laser combo. Again, laser one light combo, laser one light top combo, and dual light laser combo, and back to just light. And now strobe action, strobe with laser. All right, let's go ahead and take these back inside and I'll give you my final thoughts and we can go from there. All right, well, we're back. It's getting a little chilly outside, it was getting a little windy, and I was definitely getting frustrated with that Ring camera light that would not turn off. I was literally about to shoot it. But anyways, we're back with the two XP22s, Scorpion, Mark III. You tell me which one was your favorite down in the comments below. Before we end the video, as always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That is very important to me, and that allows me to continue to make these wonderful videos for you guys and kind of just share my input, knowledge, and most of all, opinion on any type of everyday carry, knives, flashlights, weapon mounted lights, optics, firearms, rifles, gear, etc. So thank you. Now moving on, first one we talked about was the Scorpion, which I had mounted here on this 9mm PDW, and that was actually pretty sweet. Had a nice beam of throw. It had a very wide radius of illumination, and the fact that it was very simple, very easy to mount, very simple to use. I mean, there's not much. I don't even think there was an instruction booklet in there, because that's just how easy it is to operate. You do have an extra little 1913 rail adapter there. You do have a little product catalog for 2024, everything that should be coming out, and a very thin user manual which nobody reads, and a warranty registration card. That's always wonderful, nice little peace of mind. But yeah, very simple. Loosen up the wing nut, the bolt. Excuse me, the little loosen up the little locking tab on there. Set it on your rail, wherever you'd like. Screw it down, and very simple. Engage, disengage, double tap, disengage. Pretty straightforward. That is the XP22 Scorpion weapon mounted light with a dual head gun light. Now, the second one, which I think is just as phenomenal, but it also gives you an extra little piece of flavor there, which is the Class 3 laser in green. Again, not very much difference on this one other than the length, since you have the laser you have the laser button there, you guys can kind of see. This one has a little bit more features, nothing too crazy. Again, you turn on the light, you have the left beam, right beam, or in this case my left beam, dual beams, right beam. Other than that, same thing. Tap to engage, double tap for strobe, monetary press for the laser, and long pause to hold it on, or you can just monetarily engage it in case you don't want to, I guess, be seen with your laser on for quite some time. But yeah, there you have it, the two XP22s, Scorpion and the Mark III. Once again, shout out to Meteor Light for allowing me to review these. It was a lot of fun. I did it in a very short amount of time, so excuse me for any type of hiccups, any type of failures. But when I first started this channel, I always said that this was going to be live, raw, uncut footage. But unfortunately, at some point in time, you come to a point where you need to just edit your footage, and that's currently where we're at. So once again, thank you to everybody that continues to follow Texas PEWPEW Reviews, engage with my content, and looks forward to seeing what else we have to bring. Drop in the comments what you want to see next, and don't forget to stay strapped or get clapped. We're out. Peace.